Welcome to the Daily Boogie.
Alright, who wants to get laid? There's a new dating service catering exclusively to heterosexual Trump supporters, but there are so many things wrong here, it's not funny. Should we see the ad for the... Oh no, let's see how online dating is changing who we are. I like that. See the stat they put up? It's like, online dating is actually influencing an increase in interracial marriages. Yes, it's also influencing an increase in divorces. You'll be pleased to know. And STDs. But I digress. As long as we can tick the diversity box, then everything's okay. I see what we're doing here. By limiting ourselves to only fellow Trump supporters, we're being very elitist and exclusionary, don't you see? We won't even meet someone who might bark at us. And that's what we really want. Baby, I love you. And, you know, sometimes, you know, I need to be barked at. And, you know, damn it, I love you because you bark at me when I need to hear it. I love you too, baby. Okay, let's do this. It's all rosy and happy. Online dating is now the second most popular way for straight couples to meet. Surely that's a good thing for society. There should be, whoever wrote this is obviously very poor. They should have put a question mark after, and surely that's a good thing for society. Right? The jury's still out on that one. Anyway. You know how it goes. You're on a first date, the lighting is romantic, you're wearing your best clothes, your companion is even more attractive in person. Yeah, that's how it goes. That's generally how it goes with online dating, I assume. Everybody you've ever met is better than what their picture looks like. Oh, thanks for joining us. I-10 Booker, my fellow Aussie bro. Always a pleasure. Then, as the waiter steps out to offer you still or sparkling water, they ask that inevitable opening question. Do you support Donald Trump? All right, fine. That's never actually happened to any of us. If that's your opening question, you need to work on your lines. You need to get better lines. The best pickup line I ever heard, this is just between you and me. A guy told me his number one pickup line that never fails. Because a pickup line, you're not trying to get them into bed. You're trying to make them laugh or something, you know. So grand jury, Philly never stops. He's a machine. Thanks, Philly. We appreciate your antics. So an opening line, you're just trying to make them laugh or get some kind of response that isn't, complete disdain. And when they laugh, you should be quick to touch them on the elbow or something, so then they associate the laugh with your touch, good feeling, touch. all that kind of psychology bullshit. Dr. S can inform you. So, this line that I got told was, yeah, eventually that's the intent, but you got to work your way in there. I mean, let's not forget the sage words of some random pop star in the early 90s. You got to lick it before we kick it. I mean, you know, that's like Aristotelian level wisdom there. So, this pickup line was, this guy used to go up to chicks and go, "Hey babe, how you going? Do you know I'm wearing a magic watch?" And the girl would go, "Oh yeah, really?" And he'd go, yeah, I'm wearing a magic watch, and it's telling me that you're not wearing any underwear." And she would say something like, "Oh well, it's wrong because I am." And then he'd say, "Oh sorry, it's 15 minutes fast." Just thought I'd share that with you. The magic watch never fails. It's called Trump dating. I searched the homepage for a catchy tagline, perhaps something like "Walls are for Mexicans, not hearts," but instead was met with "Make dating great again" and "Find your pro-Trump match today." Dating in 2018 is more of a challenge than ever before, thanks in part to today's polarising political landscape. The website reads, "While searching for a potential partner on other dating sites, it's not uncommon to see messages like 'No Trump supporters' or 'Proud Liberal.' We're wrecking the dating game and giving like-minded Americans a chance to meet without the awkwardness that comes with the first conversation about politics." Where have I read something similar to this before? Hang on, let me see this. Let me see. Ah, okay. It was in Time magazine. There you go. Break up with that Trump supporter. Don't you love the way that this other article is saying, well, you know, this is so funny. All these people saying that, you know, that awkward thing and it's kind of weird and stuff. And, you know, like anybody's going to care if you support Trump. Oh, no, just Time magazine. Break up with that Trump supporter. Quote, "Dating a Trump supporter in this election season, there has never been a better reason to return yourself to single status. It may be a little extreme to divorce over a presidential candidate, assuming everything else in the marriage is good. Quote, although Trump fandom suggests that lots of things about your husband aren't very good, but ending a dating relationship where there presumably aren't joint finances or shared property or kids, girl, do it and don't look back." I can't imagine why someone would want to start a Trump supporting website for dating. I don't even know. I say girl because the majority of Trump supporters are men, and while married white women often back Republicans, that's changing in this election. Ooh, that hasn't aged well. That hasn't aged well. Trump is doing far worse with white female voters than any Republican in the last quarter century. I don't know where they get this term fake news from. The people voting for Trump are largely white men, a subgroup of white men who are entitled, angry, racist, and sexist. Yes. Fantastic stuff. Time magazine. Do you remember when Time wasn't bad? No, I don't either. I can hear the pushback. I can hear the people saying, "I don't want to break up with my boyfriend because he supports Trump." Quiet, Whitey, says Hubba. I will be silent as soon as I'm done speaking down to you from my position of privilege, Hubba. You should be used to it by now. Come on. I can hear the pushback. My boyfriend isn't racist or sexist. He's dating me, a woman. Bad news. Dating or marrying a woman isn't a get-out-of-sexism free card. The most brutally misogynist men often date, marry, and claim to love women. Brutally misogynist. You know, inferring brutality, beatings. That's what you get when you get together with a Trump supporter, ladies. You will be beaten to death. Most of the same men who opposed women's right to vote, they're 80 years old? getting on the dating scene again. Good for you, man. Bernie Sanders, rolling around again. Another angry white man who wrote laws ensuring that it was legal to rape your wife and who... It's incredible. And barred women from colleges and universities were married to women. Most women who are murdered are killed by men with whom they are currently or formerly romantically involved. Men who often claim to love them. That's why you should break up with that Trump supporter. Because he wants to rape you and kill you and brutally put you in the ground. Break up with that Trump supporter now, darling, before it's too late. The models, this is back on the Trump dating site, the models look just ethnic enough for the site to make the point that they're racially inclusive, but not quite ethnic enough to look like they're from one of those pesky Muslim countries. Ah, yes, you see. Do you remember our Black Panther article? If only they didn't have that one white guy in there, it would have been perfect. Enticed by the selling promise, find a match within minutes, I enthusiastically entered my details. Yes, but Nick, you're clearly not a Trump supporter. You're taking advantage of these poor women. You are a misogynist, my friend. Look at the username. White power. Username is in use. Try again. My only available options were straight man and straight woman. This is really not going to plan. The straights only requirement is weirdly specific. Yes, I can imagine. Most dating sites like RSVP, Plenty of Fish, and even Tinder allow you to filter your settings so that you can choose your sexual preferences. Trump dating does allow you to employ specific filters. Eskimo is a racial identity option, for example. But LGBT Trump supporters are barred from entering. Yes, because Trump hates gay people. Trump hates gay people. Obviously. So when making our Trump dating site, after Time magazine told our girlfriend that they have to leave us or we're going to beat them to death, literally, we're struggling for love. We're struggling to find love. Thank you, Time magazine, for breaking up my relationship, telling my girlfriend I'm going to beat her to death. But, no LGBT. What about the curious people? People believe this shit, dude. Oh, yeah, I'm sure they do. Milo Yiannopoulos and Caitlyn Jenner are both high-profile members of the LGBT community who vocally support the president, and yet the site owners have taken an oddly specific measure to exclude them from the dating game. I didn't know. Is Milo on the market? Is Milo available? Oh, well. Allow me to virtue signal and say I might even turn for him. Can I find a dating app with Caitlyn Jenner on it? Okay, so extreme example A, unreasonable conclusion B. If you were hoping to meet Milo Yiannopoulos on this website, you're going to be very, very much disheartened and dissatisfied and depressed. Just like the women who go out with Trump supporters. By contrast, the racial options are diverse. Well, sort of. White, Caucasian, Western European, Eastern European, Scandinavian, and Mediterranean are listed as 4 separate categories. How dare they? It should just be Nazi. Don't you think we could, there's no need for White, Caucasian, Western European, Eastern European, Scandinavian, and Mediterranean. Let's just call them all Nazis. Let's call them what they are. Let's call them Nazi, wife-beating people who vote for legal rape, as Time magazine told us they do. Asian, meanwhile, is its own category. So it's wrong. We should have white, Asian, black, African American are lumped together, as is Middle Eastern. Yes, how horrendous. My profile picture still hasn't been approved. Ah, I see, because it's Peter Griffin. So the author is very cleverly and creatively piggybacking off the ingenuity of somebody else, somebody with talent. Does the clientele back this up? Well, the men are mostly white and middle-aged. Some seem genuine about using the site for its intended purpose. Steve Matthews 20 writes, this is a big bugbear for me with this stuff. It's like, you know, like so often now these news agencies report on Twitter and they're like, it caused an outrage on Twitter. And it'll be like, Busy Bee 33 said Donald Trump's a fascist. And Long John 44 said Donald Trump is the next incarnation of Hitler. I mean, look at all of these people with opinions. And I can't help but every time think, who cares what this person thinks? Yes, Ted Dabrowski, very good. Could be a bot. Could be a bot. They could all be Russian bots. Petrevsky Griffin. To be middle-aged again, says Philly. But you know what I mean? Who cares what these Twitter people think? Look at these 4 or 5 examples I've plucked off Twitter. This proves that Donald Trump's Hitler. It's like, wow. The standards that, you know, in journalism degrees have really gone downhill. Like, big time. User Shadowland 45. Oh, Shadow Lord from 45 from Michigan expresses a similar sentiment. I am a loyal, trustworthy man that wants the same in a woman. Obviously a racist. Obviously a Nazi. You know, Donald Trump, like Hitler, demanded loyalty from his servants, just like Hitler did. I mean, this guy's clearly. Then there's the lone maverick from Florida. Who sounds like a real charmer. I seem to be the only college student who was raised right. I'm looking for a lady that knows how the real world works. No fat chicks. But my personal favorite is Humping for Trump, who says, let's hump in the spirit of MAGA. See, now that guy's got the right idea. Hump for Trump. Hump for your country. But Ted Dabrowski was right. Look at this. They're bots. That said, a bit of Google image searching reveals a number of fake profiles. Behavior I absolutely do not condone. Oh, wait. Yep. Too many Caucasian women. Not enough diversity. Let's make America great again. All fantastic stuff. So, yeah. If you thought you were out of luck, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, whether you be Western European, Eastern European, Scandinavian, or any other kind of white, guess again. Just because your Time magazine reading girlfriend broke up with you because she literally thought you were going to beat her to death and bury her in the backyard, that's no reason to give up on love. You can and you will. You can and you will find love once again. Just like, you know, horny for MAGA 44, who said, let's hump for the Republic. I guarantee you he's not sleeping alone tonight.